The basic hardware that provides data entry to the computer is the keyboard. When the keys on the keyboard are pressed, the corresponding character in the computer language is transmitted to computer. These code values called ASCII make up the alphabet of the computer language. The ASCII code value corresponding to the letter, number or sign on the keyboard key is processed by the computer. ASCII is an acronym of American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It's a code that uses numbers to represent characters. Each letter is assigned a number between 0 and 127. An upper and lowercase character are assigned different numbers. For example, the character upper A is assigned the decimal number 65, while lower a is assigned decimal 97 as shown in the ASCII table. When a computer sends data, the keys you press or the text you send and receive, all of these are a bunch of numbers. These numbers represent the characters you type, because the range of standard ASCII is 0 to 127. It only requires 7 bits of data. For example, to send the string keyboard as ASCII, it will be translated to 75, 101, 121, 98, 111, 97, 114, 100. Microprocessors only understand bits and bytes. As you see, everything is a sequence of bits. The pointer called the cursor on the screen of our computer is also an important piece of equipment that provides data entry. By using these cursors on the screen, operations can be done much faster and different programs can be triggered and run depending on the key structure on the mouse. Mouse have two different types as wired and wireless connections according to the way that they are connected to the computer. Today, different types of mouse designed to work on the table and in the air have also been used. Mouse designed according to different needs have a wide variety of features according to the needs of gamers, drawings, office programs users, and presenters. CD-DVD drives are used when it's necessary to store and backup data produced on the computer, and to store data that requires high capacity storage such as videos and pictures. CD, it consists of the initials of the words compact disc. DVD, it's formed from the initials of the words digital versatile disc. CD-DVD drives save data on CD-DVD by using laser diodes. These laser diodes burn data in a very thin layer on CD-DVD. These drives can be internal to be fixed in the computer case or external device to be connected from by using different type of interfaces. Today, although the usage rates are decreasing, it's still used especially in personal data storage. While entering data to the computer, it may be necessary to save printed pictures and to process documents written on paper into computer from time to time. Or photos previously printed on paper may need to be uploaded to computer. In such cases, the hardware we call scanner is used. Scanned different types of documents are normally transferred to the computer in a form that cannot be changed like photos. When it's necessary to make changes in these scanned documents, special software called OCR, optical character recognition, is used. Although we don't use scanners much in our daily work, we can see different types of scanners in many private and government institutions with heavy paperwork. As you can see, scanner is useful hardware that saves time. The mainboard or motherboard ensures that all the hardware connected to the computer case work together properly and hardware interacts with each other. The mainboard is the main circuit board on which the elements such as CPU, ROM, RAM, graphics card that operate in the computer case are attached. All these cards to be connected in the computer case are connected to interfaces of the motherboard that called slots. The motherboard runs the system clock with the battery on it, and all the installed cards work in harmony with each other. The motherboard provides this connection with other hardware by using a fixed software called as BIOS. A special operating system is required for the motherboard to operate that built electronic storage. This software called BIOS, Basic Output Input System, is stored on ROM. At the first boot of the computer before operating system is loaded, the ROM enables the motherboard to work by the BIOS software. A device's BIOS controls the way the device responds to cues from the user at the most fundamental level, such as a computer's booting up process that occurs when the system powers on. Read-only memory ROM is a type of electronic storage that comes built into device during manufacturing. ROM chips come built into external unit like flash drivers and other auxiliary memory devices, or installed into device's hardware on a removable chip. Non-volatile memory like ROM remains viable even without a power supply. Conventional ROM is pre-programmed to suit its intended hardware. It often controls functions that are both integral to the utility of the device and unlikely to need modification or personalization. The CPU is the core component that defines as a computing device. While it's of critical importance, the CPU can only function alongside other hardware components. CPUs are built by placing billions of microscopic transistors onto a single computer chip. Those transistors allow it to make the calculations it needs to run programs that are stored on your system's memory. The processing of the data coming from the keyboard connected to the computer, the movement information made with the mouse, the data received from the browser, and the calculations in the line with this information are controlled by the CPU, Central Process Unit. Likewise, the processes of refreshing the processed information on the screen or printing it out are also controlled by the CPU. There are different hardware and special software used in computers. The CPU manages the commands and related operations produced by these different hardware and software. CPU acts like a maestro by feeding data to related hardware as it's required. Operations on the computer are first done on RAM, random access memory. When the computer is turned on, the data is transferred to RAM. RAM continues to use data as long as processes continue. RAM gives applications a place to store and access data on a short-term basis. It stores the information your computer is actively using so that it can be accessed quickly. In other words, the operations performed on RAM are instant operations and the information is kept on it temporarily. For this reason, the operations performed on the RAM while working on the computer should be stored on the hard disk at certain times. Memory is used to load and run applications, respond to commands, or toggle between multiple programs. After the data is processed in RAM, its final state is stored on hard disk for later use.